saying that last Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again with your boy, Evan. Why don't you try to fit in 7 minutes with him once again on a Thursday? Guess what? You're gay, and that's okay. So am I from time to time. I like to rhyme in my prime. I could never be a mom if I was on a podcast. This is what it would seem like. But see, that's not entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the show. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Coming in Thursday in the worst way, baby. Okay? I hope you guys are fucking ready for it. Bars, ladies and gentlemen. We're dusting off classics for 2022. If you've never been here before, what this is a ridiculous podcast. All right? So welcome once again. All right? If it's your first time. Gutenberg or some, I wish I had something fancy to say in German. I don't know why. I just felt right there it would have been appropriate. Okay? Welcome again. I hope the beginning of your new year is going good. Listen, sometimes people hit that hump midway through the first week of the new year where you go, fuck, am I not going to stick to these resolutions? Am I just a piece of shit? I'm not talking about my inner monologue right now. No. Who said that? Is this podcast a reflection of my inner thoughts? Who said that? Am I my own worst hater? Who said that? Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just get going in that first week and you're just like, I'm feeling good on Monday, Tuesday, also Wednesday rolls around. You're like, fuck, what have I done again? And then you're like, I'm a piece of shit. I do this every year. I don't stick to it. But listen, ain't nothing to it but do it, baby. Ha ha. And I'm here to tell you how. Just stick to it. It's that simple. It's always people look for this whole miracle drug of motivation and everything. But I'm going to break you off a piece of that Kit Kat, in fact, bar. Okay? Yeah. Did I deserve that? Nah, probably not. It's not about the motivation. The motivation fades. I've been on that T as well, where you're just searching for motivation. And you're sucking on a dry titty. You're up there under the cow of motivation. And just picture your boy like a ravenous wolf pup on that teat. Just fucking, I'm not going to act it out because that's going to get turned into a meme. Hey, I may be a millennial and I may be more in the day, but not yesterday. Bars. You're just suckling on that teat. Just trying to get any motivation. I'm talking about watching fucking The Rock highlights, David Goggins, Cameron Haynes, Jocko Willink, anybody, Arnold Schwarzenegger speeches. You're doing anything to try to muster up some motivation. And you know what? It's just like after a while, it doesn't work, does it? It's just a dopamine drip. And what I've realized, the biggest thing that's helping me stay on track and keeping motivated and at least keeping with the follow through. The motivation is cool, but it's like you need more than that to actually stick to goals and stick to things. You got to have systems in place. You got to configure your life to get out of your own way. Make the bad habits harder to do and the good habits, make them easier. One thing for me, I keep my phone in the studio. I don't sleep with it in the same room. Why? Because your boy lack discipline. Okay? Lack discipline. All right. And I know that if my phone is next to me in bed and I use it as an alarm clock, your boy's going to look at it first thing in the morning. I'm just going to get my peepers on it. I'm going to drain all my dopamine. I'm going to go on fucking social media. I'm going to waste the first half hour of the day just looking at my phone. But since my phone is not in the room, I got nothing. I'm like, well, I got to get up to start the day and let me get that coffee going. And not only that, I started putting my phone in the kitchen. And that was a problem too, because then when I go make coffee, I see my phone and I'm like, well, let me just check it, And it doesn't end well, because then I start going down a rabbit hole. I put on a podcast, I'll watch a video, go on social media, going down the rabbit hole, start just swiping. which is fine, but not first thing in the morning. So then what I do is I have my book and my journal right there. I have a big water. I usually drink a big thing of water in the morning as soon as I wake up, and put glutamine in it. Helps with your stomach lining. It's supposed to be good. I think I read it on a fucking Snapple fact one time. And then I make my coffee, and then I journal, I read, I do a follow along stretch because your boy's, oh, that shit. And then I allow myself to go on my phone for 5 minutes. And that's something, and I'll set a timer on my phone because I'll get lost. I'll start swiping, I'll start DMing, and I'm like, dude, just start your fucking day. Get after it, all right? And that's one thing. So it eliminates me from doing bad habits. And that's what you got to do. Write down your schedule, get it going. If you want to work out, if you have a goal of working out 3 days a week, pick those days and write it in your phone calendar. That's a huge thing, is actually writing that shit out. Like, it will make you stick to it. Put a fucking weekly 3 workouts a day. Oh, not a day. Don't get crazy. All right. 3 workouts a week. Have that repeat on your calendar so you know Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I work the fuck out from this time to this time. That's another trick. You got to set a time for when you do it. If you do that, ain't nothing to it but to do it. You'll get reminded. You'll start carving out that space. If you just go, at some point, I got to do 3 workouts this week, you're never going to do it. It's hard to stick to it, you know? But that's my tip. If anybody is trying to get through this new year with a new habit and stick to it, schedule it in, all right? Make it a priority. Actually write down the time and the date and the frequency of what you're going to do. It could be jacking off for all I care, okay? But just schedule it. Don't give your wrist the day off. I'm talking to you too, ladies. All right? DJ Skittles. You guys already know. Hacky. Life is good today, baby. Anyway, maybe. No point to that song. Why did we even start that? Did I press the wrong button and we just had to go with it? Yeah, we did, ladies and gentlemen. Big news coming down the gullet. Wasn't a bar. Listen, there is a new variant. A new variant has entered the chat. The IHU variant. As I like to, because it was found in France, I like to call it the IHU variant. The IHU variant is coming for your croissants, baby. Okay? So hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your wallets, because IHU is coming to town. And it's ready to make you IHU into a Kleenex. All right? Hide your French fries. Hide your smugness. I feel like French people are smug. IHU. Can we call it Pepe Le Pew? IHU, the Pepe Le Pew variant. I wish they would do that the way Pepe Le Pew, hashtag rest in peace, just like bounced around following people. That's what I picture the IHU variant doing. But I saw an article. It's become a complete mockery. Media, the news, people who report on this, it's never been more ridiculous. And do you know what the news is? Mainstream media? It's a fucking cat on a melting iceberg in the middle of the ocean. And it's just clinched in, trying to survive. They didn't adapt during, I think, 2020, 2019. I think even during the whole Trump administration, the mainstream media, they fucking lined their fucking pockets. Trump was the greatest thing that ever happened to media. And that's just from an eyeballs perspective, because he incited so much hate and love from parties. You either loved him or hate him. There was not that many people that were lukewarm on him. But the media had a field day. Anything he said could turn into an article, and it turned into the crazy amount of clicks. He was the greatest thing for their ratings. he drove that shit. And as soon as Trump was out of office and he was away from Twitter and everything, all the ratings of mainstream media plummeted. Listen, they're barely holding on for survival because people are tired of it. Why? They sold their soul for quick cash. I think during COVID, during 2020, 2021 especially, they went so hard because once you grow a company and you have a certain amount of income, it's not like you go, okay, well, let's stay cool. That was a great year. But remember, that was a pretty crazy year. We're not going to do those numbers again. Let's resettle and keep doing what we're doing. No, we're fucking expanding. People are getting bonuses. We're paying, these people, all of this stuff. We have to maintain this and we need growth for the next year. That's always crazy about corporations is it's always up, up, up. There's never going to be a point where a corporation goes, you know what? We're good right here. Let's just keep focusing on quality and staying true to our integrity. No, fuck that. They want the fucking money, baby. And that's what they did. And they did it any way possible. Because as soon as Trump was out, you just take two of that. As soon as Trump was out, it was a vacuum. Just there was a fucking leak in the boat. And they were like, we need to plug this up with anything because we're just losing eyeballs. So what'd they do? They plugged it up with fucking fear mongering. That's what happened. And who fucking sponsors all these news stations? Pfizer. All these big pharmaceutical companies making all the big bucks. All right. And what's a better way to push marketing than creating a problem and having a solution? So what sells? What makes people stay attached? Fear mongering. Even if it's not nearly as deadly or bad as, the first variants that came out, those, that 2020 variant had some fucking heat on it. All right. We'll be honest. There was heat, more heat per se than what is going on now with the Omicron. They gave Omicron the dopest name. It fucking fizzled. All right. It fucking fizzled. They did all of that. And I'm like, you guys are, it's working right now, but there's going to be a point where you keep crying wolf and no one is going to believe you. No one's going to want to tune in because you guys only got one song you're singing. All right. And there's arguments that this was all created by the audience base. It's like, well, if this is what people want, this is what you give them. But I feel like during a time like this, a lot of people weren't tuning in just to be informed. They were tuning in because there was a pandemic and there was a world thing going on that if you weren't informed, it could be deadly. That's what the message, I think, in 2020 was. But it's just like they sold themselves out and it's ridiculous now. It's become a parody of news when I start seeing articles. And like we've had all this information, which is kind of crazy. I had heard this early on. If you don't know, your boy has a bachelor's in nursing. Whew. Did I ever use it? Hata. No. Hata. No. Okay. But what that has done is given me access to a lot of nurses, doctors. I know a lot of people that were on the front lines. And I say the front lines in quotations because at the beginning of the pandemic, everybody was supporting our healthcare workers. And then somewhere along the line, people who were actually on the front line dealing with this were like, what we're doing isn't making sense. This is ridiculous. And they started getting fired. And they started quitting in droves. And then they now say the hospitals are overwhelmed. Oh, is it because you fired all the nurses, fuckface? It's ridiculous. The last couple of years has been ridiculous. Your boy's fired up right now. Fired up right now. But the word on the street early on in the pandemic was that hospitals were getting a lot of money and funding from the government, which has been confirmed. There was a podcast pretty recently with, I forgot what his name is, Dr. something on a Joe Rogan Experience. And he confirmed this, that this is the first place I had it actually confirmed other than sources that I know, that hospitals were getting funding if they were able to mark a COVID death as they died with COVID. And also when you would put someone on a respirator or ventilator, you would get more funding, which we came to find out that the ventilators were killing people, which is fucking terrifying. Because it's like, oh, on a 50-50 split, you're like, should I just put this person on a ventilator and get the money? Yeah, 30,000. Fuck yeah, do it. It's crazy. Feel like I'm taking crazy pills out here. All right? It's pretty wild what's happened. But anyway, don't let this distract you from the fact the WHO variant is coming for you. Okay? Straight out of France. Listen, you think if I got through fucking Delta was supposed to be the fucking roided out variant? I took that shit on the chin. Yes, sir. Can I have another? Is what I said to Delta. All right? Had your boy barely down for like a week. Go back, listen to the COVID Chronicles. I'll tell you all about it. Losing my taste, weirdest part of the whole thing. Losing my smell, so weird. I almost had an existential crisis just losing food flavor. All right? Your boy, in a fat kid. Got Chipotle with all the hot sauce. Just so I could taste something. I could barely taste a little bit of hot sauce on Chipotle. My asshole the next day. Oh, this is what happened when I went to the bathroom after eating all the hot sauce at Chipotle. And my ass just going. I did what I had to do to survive. Okay? Taste buds are important. But it's like common knowledge. And now they're saying that Omicron is now, or the is more dangerous than Omicron. Not more dangerous, more contagious. And that's like, this is what happens. I'm not a virologist, all right? I'm not. If you thought I was, I'm sorry for leading you on. But your boy's not. But you can have access to these people who actually do this for a living, and they have data and they show you. And this is all numbers that you can pull off the CDC and the WHO of the deaths and the illnesses and the hospitalizations and what's going on with each variant. And it will show you that it lines up with the science. People say, trust the science. Look at the numbers. Trust the science. And every variant gets weaker and weaker because there's no point in a virus killing the host. That's not the goal of a virus. Even parasites, look at the way parasites work in the world. They don't want to kill the host because that kills the virus and it kills the parasite. All they want to do is spread. So if they can adapt and be like, okay, I can spread more easily if I mutate, and I can have more hosts if I don't kill the host, if I find a better way of transmission. And that's why you're seeing changes through the mutations. If it gets more deadly, there's no point to it getting more deadly. And as far as the numbers go, it doesn't seem like they've gotten more dangerous at all. More contagious? Yes. Are vaccines working? No. Why? Not really vaccines. But hey, let's not get into it. All right? Let's not get into it. I'm fucking over the pandemic. Who said that? You got no respect for people who don't want to work out. Here's the jerk out. But I'm just kidding. I just wish you would be more disciplined with your life choices and not use your voices for chicken. I actually love chicken. Had some for dinner last night. I have an eating problem when it comes to chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I'm all for this. Everybody getting healthy. That's all I want, is I just want people to get healthy and to not be afraid. That's the huge thing is I don't like seeing fear in friends, people out there. People act different when they're afraid. When you're agitated, dude, I know how I react in tense situations. If I'm nervous or I'm overwhelmed or anything going on, I can get snappier. I can become a shittier human. And I think that's what happens in society is you want everybody to be healthy. You want everybody to be happy. And it's like, if they are scared and people aren't doing the things they need to do to take care of themselves, they're not having fulfillment, they're not having joy, they're staying hunkered down, they're not going to be good people in society. And you don't want people to suffer, because then we all suffer. Kumbaya, we are the world, But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to something I'm very passionate about. Yellowstone. Yellowstone season finale. Yellowstone season finale. Your boys just got them canary pipes. Canary? Is that the fucking name of that bird? Yeah, why does that sound so weird coming out of my mouth? Songbird of a generation, ladies and gentlemen. Keep up. I watched last night the season 4 finale of Yellowstone. Best show on television right now, on Paramount. Listen, if this show was on HBO, it would be bigger than Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, I'll take shots at you till the end of time because of that last season. Okay? Till the end of the time, it is beef on site. I can't even go back and enjoy those amazing previous seasons because of what you did to me in that last season. You didn't understand the assignment, as the kids would say. Because that last season is not a vibe. But I don't want to take any more away from Yellowstone and what I want to talk about. Yellowstone, it touches on every American fantasy, everything that gives us fulfillment as Americans, where we're like, yeah, living off the land and just being a steward of, it's like these paintings that everybody loves of these nature. What's his name? Robert Kincaid. I think my favorite style of paintings are these like nature shots with little cobblestone, houses with rivers. Listen, I'm a 97-year-old man at heart. I love me a good nature cobblestone painting with, like a nice little lamp, with a river running through it, and you got a few deer over on the side. You have someone kind of walking down the street. I love me a great picture like that. That's what the Montana, where this takes place, that's what Yellowstone does, is it gives you and encapsulates all those things in a modern sense. And it's just the drama, and they're doing amazing at character development with Yellowstone. You love to see it. The first time I saw it, it hadn't blown up yet. Hashtag hipster shit saying that. It didn't blow up. And I remember watching it and I was like, dude, this is the best TV show I've seen in forever. And I was trying to tell everybody about it. And then this season, it felt like season 4, it just took the fuck off. Like it became mainstream and everybody was like, you seen fucking Yellowstone? And I was like, yeah, bitch, I was trying to get you to watch it 3 years ago. It's amazing. We all want to be cowboys. We all want to live vicariously through everyone on the ranch. We all want to live in the bunkhouse. But here's the truth. You want to live that life until you actually have to do that work. It's very sexy to be rugged and to, be chasing cattle and to be riding horses for one shot of it panning across the mountain, for that one moment where they're all just laughing after wrangling some cattle and they're just like, haha, we're playing cards at the bunkhouse. Yeah, that seems fun as shit. They're not showing you the 10-hour day they had, smelling like shit, eating beef jerky, constipated. and having to fight people. Everybody thinks Beth is so cool. Beth is awesome. Her character is awesome. But to actually just spend your day with her, like she's such an insane character, Beth would be exhausting. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy, what you need? I'm going to kill some people today, Daddy. Like, if I was her brother and she'd be like, hey, Evan, I love you. And I'm going to go murder some people. Okay, because that's what the fuck I do. She's just like, hey, Daddy, I'm going to burn everything down because I love you. It's like, dude, it's not that serious. Just relax, Beth. We'll figure it out, you know? Just so insane. And there's like this orphan kid who lives there and he calls her mama and she goes, I ain't your fucking mama. Your mama died and you don't get a take two. It's like, Jesus, that is so dark. Beth needs some counseling. I'll tell you that much. All right. But I will tell you this. That's what's awesome about TV shows is you do get lost in the fantasy. It's escapism. That's why we all do it. We love watching it. It's because you get lost in it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great to have that. I think ranch experiences are going to go through the roof. Ranch weddings, trails, getting to experience it and just kind of go through it. Oh, they're going to make a killing with that kind of tourism. They're going to make a killing. Everybody wants a fucking Carhartt jacket now. Everybody does. And if you haven't seen, this is my recommendation. 1883 is the spin-off show of Yellowstone. And what it is it's the great-grandfather doing the Oregon Trail, basically, through Texas to get to Montana to actually start the Dutton Ranch. And it is amazing. It is amazing. I can't think of the country singer's name. Let me Google it for you real quick because there's two country singers who are the lead characters. Oh, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. That's who the main characters are. And it's great. Do I have a crush on Tim McGraw? Yeah, well, that's fine. But you know who is the best? Only in this show, because I watched him in The Proposal. Or not The Proposal. The Blind Spot. Regular house dad. And I was like, ugh. Grow a beard, sir. But the person who steals the show, rightly should, Sam Elliott. Just killing it. Okay? Sam Elliott is basically playing his same character from Tombstone in an alternate universe. And it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So if you haven't seen 1883, I believe you can watch the first episode on YouTube for free. So go check it out on YouTube. Watch it tonight. You're going to love it. You're going to be hooked. I think the rest of it is on Paramount Plus. All right? Yeah. That's all we need for this transition. I want to talk about this because things are getting ridiculous here in Austin. All right? Austin, Texas. It's cold here. It's a little chilly, and that's fine. Listen, did a spot last night. Great crowd. All right? But here's one thing I noticed about Austin. You can take a pet anywhere here in Austin. It is the most pet-friendly place. I go places where I'm like, I can't believe there's a dog in here right now. Like, you could be giving birth and just be like, I want Biscuit in the room. This is important for her to see as part of the family. Like, I think in Austin, they'd be like, okay, that makes sense, you know? And there was another thing. I drove by a pet therapy clinic where you can take your pet to have therapy. And I just picture a little fucking poodle laying on one of those tables looking up and being like, yeah, doc, I just fucking, I don't think they respect me. And they're just like, my owners keep trying to gaslight me, But in reality, I think there are pets who could use therapy, Like police dogs. That makes sense. Like, no police dog ever wanted to be a police dog. They didn't sign up for that. No dog was just like, you know what? Fuck fetch. I need to do something about all these minorities. Ever since I was a pup, I just wanted to do my part in the war on drugs. You know? No one's signing up for that job. It's kind of fucked up that we're just like, yeah, police dogs love it. Meanwhile, the dogs are all jacked up in the fucking truck, just gotta make it home tonight. Fucking high on cocaine. That's another dark secret of police dog world. Can't confirm this. I think I heard it one time. Is that they like have to unwind, because if you have a dog sniffing out cocaine all day, fucking high as shit, and they're just in their kennel, just like, yeah, we fucking did it, Jack. We fucking did it. I feel like Jack's a good police dog name, you know, right? I also think emotional support dogs should get therapy. They didn't sign up for that. If dogs are really empaths and know your emotions, it's just rude to be like, pick up a dog from the pound and just be like, look at it, little chihuahua. And you're just like, you're in charge. And they're just like, of what? Fucking chasing mailman? Nah, making sure I don't fucking kill myself. Good luck. And the dog's just like, oh shit. And he's like, you better do a good job, because if I kill myself, no one's going to find you for like 6 days. You're going to starve. That's fucked up. That's dark though, huh? I see some dogs on people's Instagram pictures and I'm like, that dog ain't fucking happy. Having to deal with that trick? No. That's why if I see someone's dog ran away on social media and I know them, they're crazy, I'm just like, good for them. You know? Just keep running, dog. If I see that dog out in public, I'm gonna be like, you need a ride? Drive it over to the next town, be like, you're free. Start over. You don't have to hear about Tinder dates or gaslighting ever again. Dude, gaslighting wasn't even a term I knew until, I don't know, 6 months ago. I didn't even know what that was. Isn't it weird there's like a pandemic, like we're now making new diseases, like pandemic, pan-depression, and everything like that? Like there's all these new things that are happening. And COVID long haulers. I don't know. I know there are people who have lingering COVID things. I think I had a little bit lingering of being tired, but that's also so subjective. Like I'm surprised there's not like, oh wait, do you have pandemic-induced diabetes? What about pandemic-induced obesity? Right? Where they're just like, yeah, well, the pandemic, you know, it's a side effect that people sat on the couch and now they're obese, and that's pandemic obesity. Good luck. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of the episode. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We sang so much on the episode. Ooh. I just like doing that. I can do it all day. Ooh, 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 ooh. Break it down. No, we're not, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, I love you, motherfuckers. Every single one of you, motherfucker, except the ones who thumbs down my videos. Yeah. But thank you for watching or listening once again. I do mean that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope you guys get after it. I hope that you guys have a great week. Hope you stay motivated. I hope you just, you know, I'm not trying to be a fucking self-help coach. I'm not trying to be fucking Tony Robbins. Breathe! Whatever the fuck he says. He sounds like he just has marbles in his throat all the time. Like he ate fucking fish tank gravel for breakfast. Oh, yeah. You just gotta... And a fucking goldfish just flops out of the side of his mouth. Get back in there. And he's just like, dude. I could fucking picture Tony Robbins just taking a fucking fish tank for breakfast and just... And the big fucking eyed goldfish just like swimming down his throat. And he's just like, get in there. And just all the gravel and the little like no fishing statue just like going down his throat. And he's just like, oh, perfect. And then he gets on a fucking little trampoline. Yes. He just munches on fucking fish tank gravel in between fucking sets. All right, this has been ridiculous. I can't even say words anymore. We had a stroke. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Oh, and remember, no matter what, I still love you. Almost fucked that up.